Hello! You are joining me testing for GenCon. Today I am playing with Tiny Grimes and the Smugglers Den podcast Sith Visions deck. My opponent is Husserl, and my opening flip we have Ghost of the Dark Side, Fall of the Jedi, and 2 Councils. We'll try the new objective for me. Two units I can play out, a resource, a twist, and a Palpatine. That is a pretty nice opening. Running Smugglers, so it's either the Smuggler's Jedi or the pure Sleuth, so the 2-cost units will probably be useful. Let's see what he has. Smuggler's Jedi. And the Force Lightning will definitely be useful then. I like all the cards in this hand, so I'm not going to discard anything. We have a resource, Chud, let's see if he's going to swindle him or Jedi mind trick him. Another Chud. And because of Ghost of the Dark Side, I don't even have to commit either of them. I like this objective already. And of course, Council of the Sith is always a great card to have around, and oh, that's gonna start with some pain here. And he opens up with 6 resources available. That is a good opening for him. And the ability to protect both the Delicate Hero's Journey and In You Must Go with Secret of Yavin 4. Let's see what he can find. Now he's going to have a big problem winning an edge battle. Which is probably what he's thinking about right now. What he doesn't know is my only good edge card is the Emperor, who I would gladly use in an edge battle at this time. He has at least 2, probably 4 copies of Twist himself. Unfortunately, no choke for the Loyalist. Really no reason for me to not defend with both, but let me see what cards I'll have first. So, a lot of times you want to wait till last moment to play your events. I like playing Dark Precog a little bit earlier, because it gives you a little more information. Now, if I'm lucky he doesn't have a twist, he'll play a second card. And we just double twisted each other. Nope. I will take Clearing the Swindled out of his hand. And I get to hold on to the Emperor. I'll redirect that one to Guardian, or not. Really no reason to. If he's smart, he'll let the Loyalist die, because when the Apprentice strikes, he'll either have to let the Loyalist die or the Guardian, and the Guardian's the more valuable unit. Yep. Smart play by him. He can't take the force balance back because of Ghost of the Dark Side now. Once again, I like those cards. And he has another Swindled in there. Now I have a hard choice. 5 resources can get me the Cryot Dragon, can get me the Advisor, which then leaves me with enough to play out both of these guys again. At this point in the game, I think the numbers are going to be more useful. And the dragon can make his appearance later. This also gives me the resource to do the Emperor instead if I want. By doing this, I leave myself the resources up for Force Lightning. assuming he doesn't swing with a Han or a Luke first to kill the advisor. Which means I should have focused the advisor instead. But that was a misplay. Happens to the best of us. Which means I'm going to go ahead and put down another unit instead. Not really a profitable attack available, so we will end turn. The double Council of the Sith is just brutal. He's going to have troubles winning edge battles all game. He's not going to have troubles getting resources all game, though. Seven resources on his second turn. That's a pretty good use of them. The question is, what unit is he going to bring back? This is where having left myself the Force Lightning would have been useful. But we'll get whoever he swaps to instead. And that's going to keep me from being able to tactics. No reason for me to go into that engagement whatsoever. When you're playing against the Falcon, you have to know when to attack and when to leave it be. This is a case where trying to defend it would give me nothing. It was smart using the Guardian with it. He's afraid of something in my hand, I don't know what. That was relatively not scary. Okay. Well, that's a lot of HP to wear through. Luckily, I have something that can wear through it pretty quickly. Right now, the almighty Sarlacc is going to do squat for me. Quiet dragons, on the other hand, kind of useful. Now I have the perfect setup to stop a falcon. I can block with the dragon and the advisor. If I win edge, you'll have to bounce the falcon before the dragon kills it. Then the advisor can tactics whoever it is he switches in. The downside of that is that I need to commit the advisor to get the force balance back. Whoa. I mean, I'm not exactly low on resources myself, but doesn't get much better than that. And that's going to use up the rest of his resources. Three cards in hand. All I really need is for him to not get his tactics. I think I can manage that. I need to remember the falcon has edge 1, so I need to keep at least 1 pip back. It's probably a twist, but I've not compromised myself too much for that. Yep. And he either has something great for the edge, or not. Does he have another Cloud City operative? Which really wouldn't be a big deal. Nope. And that is how you neutralize a falcon. Now we can start wearing through all of those hit points of his. Go ahead and bounty Luke. More dragons. I unfortunately don't have enough to get out the Royal Guard. I kept him because he's better for edge battles. And he can't protect those dragons anyways. So he has 2. We know what that one card in his hand is. Unfortunately, I can't really force him into any bad trades with it. I kind of don't want him to keep the force, though. So we will go ahead and take it back. One thing I miss about this deck compared to the deck I usually run is fate cards. The deck I usually run has 5 copies of Heat of Battle and 3 copies of Twist of Fate. This one has 2 of each, which doesn't sound like a huge difference, especially on those twists, but it kind of is. Oh, Yoda. I've seen him before. Left him enough for the Falcon as well. But can he win an edge battle by 3 or more with only 3 cards in his hand? Probably not. Probably should have attacked with Yoda first. That edge 1 again. Don't need to use Heat of Battle against the Falcon. And that's going to go to me. And it's on. Now if I win the edge battle, I'll kill at least one of the Guardians or Han. I know this card left in his hand is probably the Falcon. Question is that one of his twists? I suspect not, because he didn't use it earlier. Oh, well, we just killed the Falcon. And probably won this edge battle as well. Yes, we did. Good deal. So I just killed both the Guardians. Or one of the Guardians and Han, his choice. But that would be silly. It would have been just Han if he wanted to do that. Gonna tactics out the dragon and kill the dark side apprentice. Not unexpected. That was 0 hands each. I can turn off all those nice fancy edge dependent icons if he chooses to attack. I will then capture Luke. Okay, so he'll have 1, 2 non-edge dependent. That seems reasonable. And I will get it damaged through to Yoda. Let's see if he's smart enough. Okay. Now who does Luke want to kill? He does not want his unopposed bonus. And I'm going to keep the force balance. Luke will get captured at the council. And I get new cards. Oh, that's just excellent. So let's get rid of C-3PO. I have 4 left. Right now, the unit damage is going to help me more. And let's keep Yoda from striking. Okay. Excellent. So many good things I can do with this hand. It's too bad I'm going to be using some of them in edge battles. We found to trust your feelings. He's going to be very disappointed in that. Unless he can find himself a protector. Now I need to keep an eye. I'm down to 19 cards in my deck. Does he have a lightsaber deflection? Which I'm boned by either way. Yes, he does. But now, it's not in his hand. In that case, he's just going to defend. And Vader and his saber are going to destroy Han. We'll go ahead and take out the operative, because why not? I lose the edge battle, doesn't matter. If Han really wants, he can kill one of the credit dragons. Looks like that's what he wants. Now, if he has 2 crossfires, he could actually blow up the objective and get his Luke back. I'll let him know. So let's see what he does. He's going to crossfire Han. Okay, so we're just going to play loose with it. It works. He's going to die. And this is because Han has 2 unit, or 2 combat icon types. Give him his extra blast. Doesn't die. Yoda commits, of course. The Wraith is not going to help me this turn. That helps me a lot. Even if he's holding another deflection. Well, let's see. Holding the Force Choke gives me a fairly decent chance of taking down whatever he comes up with. And that would have been a useful card to have when he was tacticsing me like crazy. We've seen both of his lightsaber deflections now that I think about it. So this will go through unless he has a counterstroke, which apparently he does. Well, he'll take down Ghost of the Dark Side, but it's not going to matter. No counter for the Sith Visions. So I will get my Credit Dragon back. He does take out, goes the dark side though. So unfortunate. And I will have the damage to take out 2 objectives and end the game. This turn, Sarlacc, you're useless. Which I have that 1 more damage I alluded to. And plenty more on top of that. And Han's actually already dead, but now he's like really dead. And I'll end up with a 2-1 lead on objectives. Considering that at one point Han, Luke, Yoda, and the Falcon were all in play, I would consider this a pretty good ending. So overkill. No kill like overkill.